Oh my god, smile, 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 smile. Smile, smile, smile. Oh god, no.
Hey there, YouTube! Don't try to prove me wrong and say, like, you want these things to be alive, because let's be honest here, if these things were still alive today, we'd probably all be eaten. Extinction has been a fact of life since long before the dinosaurs took their first steps across the planet. A species can die out for a variety of reasons, from human encroachment to changes in climate. It stings, yes, but it is a necessary part of evolution. There are plenty of creatures that would have ensured humanity would not have survived if they were still around. From giant scorpions to a snake the size of a bus, here are 25 terrifying animals you're glad are extinct. Again, don't lie and say you want them. Let's begin, shall we? Number 25, Parocerus. The largest living croc on record measured 23 feet. For reference, that's twice as long as some cars. So when we tell you that it was tiny in comparison to the prehistoric Parocerus, you can appreciate what that means. This animal grew to 42 feet long. It also snacked on other crocs, dinosaurs, and possibly the very first human ancestors. That's a little too Lake Placid for me. Number 24, Pomon Scorpius. Scorpions! They're creepy, they're crawly, and they can be fatally dangerous to humans depending on the species. Pomon Scorpius was a terrifyingly giant scorpion from the oxygen-rich Vasian period. At 3 feet long, this bad boy ate anything it wanted, including smaller scorpions, and could have boasted quite a powerful sting. We can definitely be glad this bug got squashed long ago and can only be seen in Fallout nowadays. Number 23, Megalodon. Come on, you know you had to put this bad boy on here. Jaws ain't got nothing on this oceanic giant. Megalodon was the largest predator to have ever lived and measured 60 feet or more with a maximum estimated weight of 60 tons. It used 7-inch teeth to snack on whales and even other sharks. It's believed by some people that this ancient animal is still alive somewhere at the bottom of the ocean. I hope not. I mean, I don't want to go into the ocean and get snacked on. That wouldn't be good. Number 22, Osteous. At 20 to 30 feet long and weighing up to 4 tons, Osteous was nothing like your childhood goldfish. I mean, unless your goldfish was that long and had hyper-carnivorous jaws. Man, that's scary. This carnivorous fish stalked our planet's oceans millions of years before the first dinosaurs, eating whatever it could fit inside its massive jaws. Instead of teeth, however, this monster had a scissor-sharp set of plates with a bite force of around 8,000 pounds per square inch. That's the same as a Tyrannosaurus Rex, just a heads up. Number 21, Ratzilla. 3 million years ago, everything was big. Birds were big, bugs were big, even sloths were big, but did you know that the rats were big too? With a nearly 2-foot-long skull and a body the size of a bison, this rodent was huge. Had a bite force of 950 pounds, by the way. It's scary. Its teeth could also take 3 times that stress, suggesting that this animal used those chompers for more than just chewing. Like gnawing off your leg, for example. Yeah, let that sink in. Number 20, Megalania. Imagine you find yourself face to face with a 200-pound, 8-foot-long Komodo dragon, its jaws open and dripping its deadly poison ready to bite you. Now, imagine it 20 feet long and over 1,000 pounds, and it becomes easy to see why humanity can be glad that Megalania has since gone extinct. Even its name means ancient giant butcher, and this ancient Australian animal was certainly that. Number 19, Terrorbird. Ornithobia, or the irrational fear of birds, is a very real phobia. However, I think we can all agree that North America's terrorbirds were truly frightening. At up to 10 feet tall and over half a ton, this flightless bird was a force to be reckoned with. With its razor-sharp beak and legs strong enough to shatter bone, we might not exist if this horse-eating ostrich was still around. Number 18, Titanoboa. Thank the heavens there were about 58 million years separating us and the largest known snake to have ever slithered its way across the planet. No, we're not talking about the basilisk from Harry Potter or anything like that. This is what's native to South America. Titanoboa grew up to over 40 feet long and weighed in at just over a ton. Like its modern-day relatives, it killed through constriction and was so big it ate crocodiles and could have easily swallowed a man without batting an eye. Number 17, Piranha. It sounds like a cheesy horror movie. In fact, I think it is actually a cheesy horror movie. But Piranha was a 4-foot flesh-eating fish that lived in what is now South America. Now, 4 feet might not sound very big, but pound for pound, this fish had one of the strongest bite forces around at the time and could have easily torn the flesh off much larger animals. A modern piranha can chomp off a toe. What happens when Piranha takes a bite? Ugh. Number 16, Dracula Powderus. At 8 feet long, Dracula Powderus has earned the title of the largest arthropod ever to be discovered. This aquatic animal used its foot and a half-long claw to launch out of hiding places and tear its prey limb from limb. Human beings could hardly have stood a chance against such a formidable predator. Number 15. Andrew Sarches. The people of Mongolia are lucky that Andrew Sarches isn't around today. Essentially a 4,000-pound hyena, this omnivorous creature fed on pretty much anything it wanted to. Nicknamed the Velociraptor of the Yusong period, it measured 6 feet at the shoulder and was 12 feet long from nose to tail. Ironically, its closest living relatives are sheep and goats. No wonder goats eat everything. Number 14. Livyatan Melville. Oh my god, that is terrifying. That's terrifying. At a maximum of 60 feet long, the Livyatan wasn't the biggest whale ever. In fact, it was about the size of a sperm whale, but what really made this meat-eater was its jaws. At 14 inches of flesh-tearing, bone-crushing power, its teeth were bigger than a T-Rex's and twice the size of Megalodon's. This thing ate sharks for breakfast and could have made short work of many a boat if it hadn't died out 8.9 million years ago. Number 13. Audestus. Okay, this one isn't so much as terrifying as it is creepy looking. Apparently Mother Nature decided that sharks weren't scary enough when she invented this 20-foot fish. E. giganteus was basically the shark version of Edward Scissorhands. With a single line of teeth in each jaw, this animal was a great white-sized pair of the shears. Unlike modern sharks, it couldn't shed its teeth as they wore down. Plus, how did it swallow? Hey, that's why it went extinct. Couldn't really swallow because of the teeth? Moving on. Number 12. Carbonymous. The biggest snapping turtles of today have an upper range somewhere around a couple hundred pounds and about 3 feet long. Carbonymous, on the other hand, was a predatory turtle that grew to the size of a car and weighed over a ton. With a head the size of a football and usually strong jaws, it would have had no trouble crushing other turtles, crocodiles, or a human skull. Number 11. Intellidon. Intellidon might have looked like a cow-sized warthog, but this massive mammal was actually more closely related to hippos and whales than your typical barnyard swine. It was incredibly fast and had a huge head, and boasted one of the strongest bite forces of any mammal ever. Fun fact, Intellidon's muscle configuration made it impossible for this animal to hold onto any prey it may have caught, but it didn't need to. All it needed was one bite. Number 10. Smilodon. At 3 feet tall and 650 pounds, Milodon was slightly smaller, but much heavier than today's lions. This animal wasn't fast, nor did it have much stamina. It even had a surprisingly weak bite. However, it hunted by lodging itself from trees and using its powerful forearms to pull its prey to the ground. It likely worked in groups with multiple members holding down larger animals long enough for the one of them to deliver a fatal bite with 11-inch canine teeth designed to tear through major arteries. Number 9. The Mosasaurus. Made famous by the 2015 movie Jurassic World, Mosasaur was a formidable marine reptile. When a drop in the ocean's oxygen levels wiped out the competition, this animal took the opportunity to evolve from a 3-foot lizard into a 60-foot whale of a monster. It weighed as much as 30,000 pounds and was the top predator of its time. The thing ate dinosaurs for crying out loud, but unfortunately not Indominus Rex. You know, since she's not real. Or alive anymore. Or maybe she is, we just have to wait till the next movie. Ooh. Number 8. Pelagonis Sanders. With a 24-foot wingspan and a weight of 88 pounds, Pelagonis Sanders was the largest flying bird ever. It was so large that the only way it could get airborne was to throw itself off of cliff sides and ride the wind. Its beak had jagged points called pseudo-teeth, and it was big enough to snap a human head clean off. Number 7. Kappasuchus. Kappasuchus was an ancient reptile whose name literally meant boar crocodile. Grew up to 20 feet long with a large, blunt head. It could use as a battering ram, by the way. Let that sink in. Not to mention teeth so big it evolved notches in its jaw just to be able to close its mouth. Imagine coming across that thing on the beach. That wouldn't be no sandcastle making down. Oh god, help. Number 6. Camaroceras. While it might have looked like a giant ice cream cone, Camaroceras was an enormous shelled cephalopod not dissimilar to today's octopus and squid. Nobody knows just how long their tentacles actually were, but considering the fact that their shells alone were estimated to be 20 feet long, we can be certain we're glad we never have to meet one. Number 5. Helicoptrian. Now imagine a great white with bottom row of teeth that could snap out like a whip to hook prey and drag it back to its powerful jaws. It's kind of like a goblin shark with a great white. Man, that actually sounds even worse. Sounds like something a 5-year-old would make up, but Helicoptrian was a real shark that existed 290 million years ago. It was 40 feet long and sliced up anything it could sink its teeth into. No doubt it could have given divers a run for their money. Number 4. Short-faced bear. The South American short-faced bear was the largest bear to have ever lived. At 3,500 pounds and standing over 11 feet tall on its hind legs, it was the top predator of its time. Not only was this bear the biggest thing around, but it had the strongest bite of any land mammal. No doubt it put those jaws to better use than trying to get picnic baskets. Number 3. Marsupial lion. The marsupial lion was one of the most efficient killing machines the animal kingdom has ever seen. At 200 pounds and 2.5 feet at the shoulder, it was the largest predatory mammal Australia has ever seen. However, it's not their size that made these powerful possums so deadly. It was the way they killed. Using powerful forearms and retractable thumb claws, they held down their prey and tore through its windpipe. We're not really sure why this one died out, but we're pretty glad it did. Number 2. The direwolf. About the size of the modern gray wolf, a direwolf might not have looked like much from the outside, but what makes us truly glad this predator isn't around anymore is its jaws. Its teeth weren't just large, they put the punch behind a powerful bite. In fact, the direwolf had the strongest bite of any canine. Number 1. Gigantopithecus. Considering the fact that Gigantopithecus would have been the real-life version of Bigfoot, we can only hope this one is truly extinct. This early cousin of mankind stood 10 feet tall and was more powerful than a gorilla. Considering modern apes are insanely strong compared to humans and have even been known to wage war between different groups, it's a good thing this one died out 100,000 years ago. And that's been 25 terrifying animals you're glad are extinct. What'd you think? Which one was your favorite?